right, good evening, everybody, and we are back here at the South Florida Tribune Broadcasting Network, and we are on the Sports Exchange, the Thanksgiving edition, and I welcome my fantasy football guy to lead it off, and that's Ryan Skolroot, and in the studio we have Louis Eddie Weiss.
Good evening, everybody.
All right, we have a nice Thanksgiving show lined up for everybody, so with that said, let's get to the program, Ryan. All right, you lead it off. What you got?
All right, sounds good. Well, to start it off, we want to make a major thing, with Thanksgiving. The constant reminder. I may say this once again after, at the end of my segment, that because of Thanksgiving, there are 3 games on Thanksgiving. Make sure your fantasy rosters are set Wednesday night. So for those of you, especially on the West Coast, for that first game is starting at like 10:30 in the morning, and you like to sleep in on holidays, make sure that you set your roster and you're happy with it Wednesday night before something happens and you sleep through an alarm on Thursday and you end up having the wrong guy in your lineup. So with that being said,
Okay.
Started off, Devonta Freeman of the Atlanta Falcons is back and practicing. We're not completely sure if he's going to be ready to go this week, but the fact that he is practicing is very encouraging towards his ability to contribute for those of you who have him. Especially since Brian Hill has been a bit of a disappointment the last couple weeks for those that picked him up in Devonta Freeman's absence. Next, T.Y. Hilton. I believe he's dealing with that leg issue that kind of hampered him for a few weeks before playing this past week. It looks like he may have aggravated it a little bit, and that he is going to be he's not, as what I've read is that he is not sure of his status for this next week. So that's something to keep in mind when you're getting ready to set your lineups for the week and looking at looking at the matchups. We're not sure about T.Y. Hilton yet this week.
Okay.
Adam Thielen is back at practice, which is very encouraging for Minnesota Vikings fans, as well as those who drafted Thielen in, I want to say, probably the late second, early third rounds of their fantasy drafts this year. He's trending towards playing in the Monday Night Football game this next week against the Seahawks in Seattle. We will see how that goes. As of right now, he is at least trending in the right direction. And with how the Seattle defense has been playing the last few weeks, Minnesota may need all of their weapons in order to be competitive in that game, and really in order to provide an extra bit of value to people like Stephon Diggs. Having someone like Thielen opposite to pull some coverage from will help him out as well. Also, should help, if Thielen is back, should help Dalvin Cook from being too many stacked boxes to stop him in the running. The Steelers have officially announced that they're going with Devlin Hodges this next week in Week 13, that they're benching Mason Rudolph after Rudolph has struggled the last couple weeks, and then when Hodges came in this last week, ends up throwing a touchdown almost right away. So it looks like Hodges is going to get the start. This could have a little bit of an effect on guys like Juju. If Juju is back, we're not sure if he's going to be back for this game for this next game this week. He's still dealing with the knee and the concussion. However, Deontay Johnson and James Washington seem to be completely healthy, and James Conner is most likely going to miss this week again. And with that, we seem to have had a little bit of controversy in terms of the running backs. It looks like the Steelers have also made a move from Jalen Samuels to Benny Snell. Samuels was the guy who's done pretty well in the absence of Conner in the past couple seasons. However, Benny Snell ended up getting 22 touches in this last game to Jalen Samuels 5, and so it looks like they've kind of Samuel's fantasy value is pretty much gone in the tank as of recently, and so as far as we can tell, Benny Snell is the running back to own in the Pittsburgh backfield if Conner's not playing. So one other note that I did not put in my notes is that it looks like there may be, possibly, a little bit of a running back controversy in my neck of the woods. It looks like they may be moving to a little bit of a timeshare with the Seattle Seahawks with Chris Carson and Rashad Penny. Penny has had, I want to say, about 25 to 30 carries for about 80 yards coming into this last week, and then ended up rushing for 120 on 14 carries. So rushed really, really well, and then on top of that, Chris Carson had a couple of fumbles. And so we'll see how this goes. But as of right now, it looks like we may be moving to a little bit of a timeshare. So if you're absolutely desperate for some running back help on your fantasy teams, it's quite possible that that Rashad Penny could provide a little bit of value for you.
All right, let's go over the weekend. Are you surprised that Amari Cooper didn't get any yards at all? I know that you talked about that it would be a tough week up in New England, but tough is one thing. Getting a donut for all the wrong reasons is another.
Well, again, Cooper was going up against one of the top corners in the league, and Stephon Gilmore. The Patriots defense has been the number one defense all season. They were playing in New England. It was raining like crazy. I mean, it was raining so hard that the aerial camera that they have kind of flying over the field, you could barely see through it with all the raindrops on the actual camera lens. So I'm not surprised. I knew it was going to be a low-scoring game. It didn't surprise me. So I'm not surprised that that's the way it went. I knew that with the amount of rain that was happening, it was likely to be very much a run-centric type of game, and so I think that Cooper can bounce back. It'll be tough sledding for him this week with the Thanksgiving game. I believe it's against the Buffalo Bills,
right,
who've been one of the top defenses, all season as well.
Let's talk about the Detroit Lions quarterback situation. Now they may be on quarterback number 3.
Yeah, I missed the injury thing on Driscoll. I have not seen who they have. Who do they have? I'm a little off on this, so it's been a bit of a wild weekend. Who do they have as their number 3?
Blough, Blughh.
Oh, Blue is yeah. So this really basically means that they're really going to struggle.
You think?
The offense was doing very well under Stafford, and was able to still move the ball semi-decently with Driscoll. It helped that Driscoll's mobility, him able to run the ball out of the backfield a little bit himself.
Yeah,
but if they're moving on to Blue, it's going to cause problems. It's going to affect Kenny Galladay's usage. It's going to affect everyone in the backfield, whether it be Scarborough or Johnson or McKissick. McKissick may get a little bit of a bump because backup quarterbacks tend to throw to the outlets a little bit more, so the running backs out of the backfield, the tight ends. So, who knows? Maybe TJ Hawkinson gets a little bit of a bump this week as well.
Yeah, when you deal with you're on quarterback number 3, Galladay has definitely suffered badly because of the Stafford injury.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at it, that's basically the same spot where the Pittsburgh Steelers are.
Yeah.
And it's gotten so bad for the Bengals that they've actually announced that they're going back to Dalton from Ryan Finley this next week. So
yeah, they're going back to Dalton to try to avoid a winless season is what they're going back to. Don't kid yourself. If that isn't a big front, then I don't know what the heck is. Lewis, what do you want to add to this?
I mean, look, yeah, we discussed it before. I think Dalton's still got some years left. This will probably be his last hurrah in Cincy. But, yeah, I mean, Detroit didn't play terrible under Driscoll. Their defense suffered because I believe it was that game, they played Cleveland a couple of weeks ago where Driscoll was 15 for 27. He ran for 51 yards, even ran a touchdown in. So he possessed an ability to do a little bit of both. They would have won that game had their defense showed up. But, I mean, it was kind of like the Kansas City Chiefs situation a couple weeks ago.
Who are you talking about?
With Detroit.
They haven't played Cleveland.
Oh, no. Well, whoever they played a couple of weeks ago, they lost. And
Was that the Cowboys game?
Yeah, it was the Cowboys.
Maybe, yeah, it was Dallas. They kept Dallas competitive. It was a 34-27 score.
Right.
And I thought Driscoll performed, did as well as he could have in that game. He was feeding the backfield. He was doing a little bit of his own. He was working in the passing game. And they didn't win because the defense just really wasn't there. Matt Patricia and his bunch didn't really do what they had to do.
Well, but part of their problem is Driscoll doesn't have the arm strength to be able to get the ball to where it has to go either. So, so without the arm strength, like we saw a few weeks ago with Phillip Rivers, lack of arm strength puts you in a position where you have to compromise your passes.
Well, Ryan, that actually leads me to a question I wanted to ask to both you and Scott, and I've seen this a lot because obviously, you may have one quarterback that you wish to play all 16 games, but it never always pans out that way. And
well, I wouldn't say that because Stafford had 136 games in a row, and they didn't need a backup for a while. But now
Russell Wilson has not missed a game yet in his career.
Right.
The question I wanted to ask though is, and you, because of the point you just made, why is it that backup quarterbacks specifically, ones who aren't too familiar with the offense as, say, your starter would. I know they hold a clipboard, so they have somewhat of an idea. Why are they scared to go up the middle and they just like to feed the tight ends and the wide receivers with a lot of bubble screens?
Well, because I think it's a safety zone is what it is. Well, anytime you have...
It's a lot of that's going to be the defenses and the way the defenses play.
Right.
They're going to take away they're going to take away the number one option.
Right.
And really, what it is they'll stack the box and have more guys blitzing, and so you have no choice but to take the quick outs to your running backs or the quick outs to your tight ends.
Right.
Because they're just, in most cases, you don't have a veteran presence as your backup quarterback who's maybe been there longer than your starter, who has seen those kind of blitzes and that sort of thing when they come in. So
I'm going to let you go ahead and pick these three games right now, and then obviously on our program we'll go into more depth than. But you have three games. You got the Bears against the Lions. Who you got?
I'm probably, especially if they're going to a third-string quarterback, I'm probably going to go with the Bears over the Lions. I think that the Bears have just been the defense has been okay, but not great. But their defense has played better than the Detroit Lions defense. So, and again with the Lions going down to their third-string quarterback, I think that this could be a low-scoring game. I would love to see the Bears get David Montgomery more involved. He's almost to the point of being droppable in certain leagues, just because it seems like the Bears don't know how to block for a run game and just have not been able to get him incorporated very well. And so I think that the Bears probably win this one. I'm not a very high score. I'd say maybe 17-14, maybe 17-10. Bears over the Lions.
Okay, let's go to the Bills against Cowboys.
We're just real quick, just a refresher. Where is that one being played? Is that playing
in Dallas?
Being played in Dallas? Well,
yeah.
Of course, it's being played in Dallas. Why would it be played anywhere else? I'm going to say that I'm going to call for an upset here, and I'm going to say that the Bills actually beat Dallas. And there's a couple factors here. Basically, for one, the only real flaw in the Buffalo Bills defense right now is their how they do against the run game, and obviously the Cowboys have one of the best running backs in the league. I sometimes question Kellen Moore's ability to call a game as the offensive coordinator, and I don't think that while they were the number one offense, they played some absolutely atrocious defenses. And when they've gone up against semi-decent defenses, they have struggled. And so I think that the Bills can pull an upset here, keep it semi-low scoring. I'll call 24-17 Buffalo. And for one other reason, the Dallas Cowboys have yet to beat a team with the winning record this year.
I'm not so sure I'd call that an upset, but I can appreciate where you're coming from. And lastly, you got the Saints and the Falcons at night.
Well, obviously, I think the Saints are going to win this one. They're the better team overall. They have the better defense. I think that the Falcons had a couple of good games where they were able to focus better. Matt Ryan was able to get plays off and just perform well. One of those games was actually against the Saints, a couple weeks ago. I don't see it happening again. I think that the Saints just absolutely run them over.